Hi, and welcome to Preview. My name is Guy Giampapa. Preview.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cue Guy.
Hello everybody and welcome once again to Preview. My name is Guy Giampapa. We have a very special show for you today. It's what we have been doing for the last 19 years. It's the preview, the season for Broadway in Boston, where we announce their new shows. And our guest today is, as it has been for the last couple of years, Tivon Marcus, who is the Vice President of Broadway in Boston. And welcome to the show, T.
Pleasure to be here. It's
always good to have you here.
Yeah, amazing to hear that we've been doing it for 19 years.
19 years,
I'm so happy to be
right.
a part of that.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Well, maybe we'll do 19 years with you.
Yeah, I would love that.
You never know, yeah. Well, you've got a great season coming up, but and you're just closing the current season.
We are.
With Hamilton, which is opening when? In a couple of weeks?
3 weeks, so September 18th,
Wow.
we're opening up Hamilton for a 9-week run in Boston. We're so thrilled to have it, to be bringing such a monumental show about the birth of our nation to Boston, where so much of that history has took place. So we're thrilled about Hamilton. It's such a phenomenal production.
Oh, I know.
And we're just so happy to have audiences from all over New England experience it.
What's amazing is that you're going to have it for 9 weeks.
That's right.
I mean, that's unusual.
You know, it is. We, our traditional runs are anywhere between 2 to 3 or so weeks.
Right, yeah.
But 9 weeks, we're really lucky to have that extra time to just make sure we get as many people in as we possibly can.
And people are thrilled about that.
They
really are, you know.
They are, yeah. I've heard from so many people that they just can't wait. It's the highlight of their year. So we're happy to be bringing them the highlight of their year.
Well, I feel the same way.
Oh, good.
Dying to see it.
Yeah, oh, great.
Yeah. Well, that's Hamilton, and that's in September, and that runs through...
September 18th through November 18th.
Boy, that is a long run.
Yeah.
Well, when that's done, we start
our new season. So believe it or not, actually, the last 2 weeks of Hamilton are actually the first 2 weeks of our first season show in the 1819 season, which begins in the newly renovated Colonial Theater, Emerson Colonial Theater, which we're thrilled to be back in there. It's been a couple of years now since we've been in that theater. And we're launching it with The Play That Goes Wrong, which I have to say is probably one of my favorite plays maybe ever. I just think it's so funny. It's a farce.
Right, I was just going to say that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Think of it as a blooper reel on stage. If you've ever participated in any type of production, whether it be backstage, front of stage, or even just prepared for something that you wanted to go just right, you'll appreciate this show, because it is this troupe that puts on this show, and truly every single thing goes wrong. And you just sit back and you watch and you laugh. It's so funny.
Is this an American production?
It's an American production from Broadway of a show that actually originated out on the West End.
Oh, okay. Somehow I thought maybe it was English.
Yep, on the West End in
West
London.
End,
Yep,
English,
exactly.
Of course. Yeah. All right. It just smelled of that.
That's right.
And some of the things. I mean, you've seen shows like that on television from Britain.
Absolutely.
And they are
hilarious.
They scream.
They are.
That's playing.
That's playing in November. 2 weeks in November.
November 7th to the 18th.
That's right.
Well, we have a clip of that, and I think we'd like to show that to our audience.
Okay. Fantastic.
Can we look at that clip? That is funny.
It's a blast. It really is a blast.
It reminds me of the early stuff Britain sent to us for television.
That's right.
You know, the zany comedies.
I know,
it's
I know.
one of those.
Absolutely.
Well, that's a great way to start the season.
Yeah, no,
with
we're
a good
thrilled.
laugh. Yeah.
We're
and you
thrilled.
say that's at the
That's the Emerson Colonial
Emerson.
Theater,
Okay.
which is beautifully renovated, and we're so thrilled to have our patrons and our subscribers be one of the very first to experience that renovation.
Yeah, I think that's thrilling. It really and truly is.
It is. It is.
Well, you know, you're going to follow that with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
We are
at the Opera House.
We are. You know, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is probably one of my favorite movies, and I'm sure so many of us remember it as a movie. And actually, one of my favorite children's books. I remember reading, you know, Roald Dahl's very famous book. About young Charlie, you know, coming from nothing and then wins that golden ticket or finds the golden ticket, and then gets to explore along with these other winners, Willy Wonka's famous chocolate factory. So it is the brand new Broadway production with many songs from the movie. Such a wonderful crowd pleaser, fun, for all ages type of musical, children and parents alike, and date night of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and that's at the Boston Opera House in January.
Well, did that start out as a movie?
No, so it started originally as a book.
That I knew, but I mean, when it came out...
you know, actually, I don't know off the top of my head if it was then a play or a musical, or if it was a movie first. I don't know that off the top of my head.
I mean, it was a few years ago that the movie came out.
Yeah, it was a while ago that the movie came out. Yep, absolutely. And then there was another movie just a couple of years ago as well.
That's right. Yeah, I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's coming to the, you said the Opera House?
The Boston Opera House in January.
8th. Okay. Well, we have a film clip of that also.
Oh, fantastic.
Let's take a look at that.
The candy man makes everything he bakes satisfying and delicious. Talk about your childhood wishes. You can even eat the dishes. Who can take tomorrow? Who can take tomorrow? Dip it in a dream. Separate the sorrow and collect up all the cream. The candy man. The candy man. Oh, the candy man can. The candy man. When a boy like you looks to the sky, at the stars and planets passing by, if the boy's like me, he'll want to fly into the stratosphere. And as we both rise into those skies, your future will appear. That's why I've brought you to see the view from here.
I can see the audience right now. It's going to be all little children, and they're going to be wide-eyed.
They will be. They will be.
They're going to love that.
They will be, and their parents and grandparents will all love it as well.
Yes.
In addition to folks of all ages, it really is. It's one of those, because it's the book and the story is something that we all grew up with.
Right.
I think it's something that anyone can really appreciate, from a child to an adult with no children.
Exactly, yeah. I don't want to compare it with others, but I just want to say that to do shows that appeal to children, you just had Aladdin a couple of months ago.
We did.
And we had a lot of kids in the audience, and that was spectacular.
We did, and I'll say again too, Aladdin is another one of those shows that we all kind of, or some of us, grew up with.
Yeah.
In the famous movie, back in the 90s. And it has such a special place in our hearts, similar to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory,
Yes, yeah.
that I think that you don't have to have a child to enjoy it.
That's true, that's true.
All ages, certainly.
I mean, I
certainly
loved
will.
it. You know,
Oh, good, I'm so glad.
It's so great. But let's get on with it.
All right.
Okay, the next one you have is Beautiful, the Carole King musical.
Yeah, so Beautiful, we're bringing it back.
Yeah.
It was last year, a couple years ago,
Yeah.
sold out run. We couldn't wait to bring it back. This is our first opportunity, so we're thrilled to have it back. Of course, as you said, the story and the music of Carole King, such
yes.
an influential person in our industry, and in our just in our country and in the world,
Yeah.
truly, with such these amazing songs that she both sang and wrote. There are so many songs that people don't realize that she wrote, that she did, and has such a lovely and uplifting story. You know, how she really struggled through a lot, and really, you know, followed through and
Yeah.
became who she is today. It's certainly one of my favorite shows, with such wonderful, wonderful music, and another show that you could see once or you could see many times.
Yes, yeah. Now this production, is this the same production that was here a couple of years ago?
It's the same production that
Oh,
was
I'm glad
here
to
a
hear
couple of
that,
years ago.
because
Yeah.
she was fantastic, that girl.
She was. Now the
Yeah.
cast may be a little different, but it is the same production.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, her music was so beautiful. I mean,
It was.
Just,
And is.
and is. It still is, yeah.
Still is.
Well, we also have a film clip of that.
Fantastic.
And we'd like to show our audience that
Wonderful.
right now, if you'll roll that.
One fine day, you'll look at me, and you will know I was meant to be. One fine day, you're gonna want me for your good. Tonight you're mine completely. You give your love so sweetly. Tonight, the light of love is in your eyes. But will you love me tomorrow? 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. You got to get up every morning with a smile on your face and show the world all the love in your heart. Then people gonna treat you better. You're gonna find, yes you will, that you're beautiful. So beautiful. You're beautiful. As you feel.
Wow, that clip made me feel so good. Really and
Me
truly.
too, me
yeah, I
too.
mean, she's that girl. Who is that girl? I know her name.
You know, so her name is escaping me as well at this very moment. But you know, the cast always, you know, it fluctuates.
Yes, yeah.
But it always is of the highest
Oh, absolutely.
caliber.
It has to be.
It has
Yeah.
to be.
And she is believable.
As Carole
really
King,
is Carole King.
absolutely,
Absolutely, yeah,
100%,
yeah.
absolutely.
Isn't it wonderful when you get a girl like that who makes it to the top?
Oh yeah,
It's such a wonderful feeling. You know?
absolutely.
Well, to get on with the show, your next presentation is called School of Rock.
Yeah,
And
so
this is a gas.
It
Yeah, really tell me about it.
It certainly is. So School of Rock, which many people know from the Jack Black movie, about a man who takes a job, poses as someone else, and takes a job as a substitute teacher in a school, a sort of a very preppy type of school, and he is responsible for the music class,
Right.
and he starts a band with these kids because he has this quest to have his own band in his life outside of this job. And he was having a hard time getting band members, his own band members, so he recruits all of his students to be a part of this rock band.
Yeah.
Now imagine these, young, sort of preppy kids, all of a sudden now joining a rock band.
Wow.
It is so much fun. This is another one. It's good for the entire family.
Yeah.
And as a date night, it just as a fun night out at the theater. The music is written by Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Yes,
which
that's
most,
right.
Which most people don't realize. It's just so much fun. It's so much fun. The other thing that's really great is the kids that are in the show. They are actually playing the instruments live on
They
stage.
are? Really?
Yep, it is. They are some of the most talented kids
That's
I have certainly
unusual.
ever seen.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's really fantastic. It's really fantastic. You'll see in the clip how alive and how fantastic the show is.
Look, I'm excited. Let's
All
look at
right,
the clip.
let's look at it.
Let's get this out.
It begins on a dark stage. Then a beam of light, and you just see me and my guitar. He's my best friend.
He's a freeloader and he needs to pay some rent. Wake up, Dewey!
Hello, this is Rosalie Mullins. We need an immediate substitute. The position will pay $950 a week.
$950 a week?
Amongst the best.
What kind of sick school is this? Now, as long as I am your teacher, there will be no grades, no gold stars, and absolutely no achievements! Why did nobody tell me you could play music? I thought you all were a bunch of little douchebags. Now repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the band.
I pledge allegiance to the
And
band.
I promise to give Mr. Schneebly full command.
I promise to give Mr. Sheebley full
And with me in control of the band as a whole, we will rock and we'll roll with our heart and our soul. If you're in, raise your hand. Yes, you're in the band. You're in the band.
Good afternoon, everyone. I just wanted to be sure you had your presentations ready for tomorrow.
What's tomorrow?
Parents' meeting, Mr. Schneebly.
I've got so much inside. If only you would listen. Joy and anger and pride. If only you would listen.
Where did the rock go? Where's the joy I used to know way back when? Where's the magic of the moments only rock could ever capture? Now
I know.
What energy.
It's so much energy.
Fantastic.
I absolutely love School of Rock.
Fantastic.
It's such a fun show.
Well, we have one more, The Illusionist.
With The Illusionist. So this will, one more on for our program today, but the season does continue after. But so The Illusionist, we're bringing back after a sold-out run last year. It is a magic show, an illusion show, with some of the world's greatest illusions. This one is also going to be at the Emerson Colonial Theater, along with The Play That Goes Wrong, which we talked about at the top of the show. We're just thrilled to be bringing it back, you know, to have audiences that didn't get a chance to see it because it was sold out the first time around to be able to see this. It's fantastic.
Is it more than one magician in
It
the
is.
show?
There are 7, I believe, magicians, which, you know, I remember one of the first times I saw this show, my jaw literally fell to the floor.
Kidding.
I was like, how did they do that?
It's amazing, isn't it? I love it. Let's look at the film clip
All
of
right,
it.
you'll see.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was mind-blowing.
It's the most cutting-edge sort of thing that I've ever seen.
But you're going to be asking, how on earth did they do that?
Taking the stage right now, The Illusionist.
I see Broadway at least a couple of times a year, and this ranks at the top.
Bag changes into little watch icon here. Is that is it. Yes, yes.
I don't know how you did that, but not just...
See, Greg?
You scare me.
Yeah!
Yes! That's amazing.
There's actually something inside. Oh my God!
But hold on.
It was amazing.
Every single minute, just jaw-dropping.
Jaw-dropping, unbelievable.
I would have to say this is one of the best shows that I've ever seen.
Definitely.
100%.
It's amazing.
It's the best show on Broadway.
Wow, I can't wait.
It's a
I'm dying to see
really,
this.
really great show. It's a really great show.
This is going to be at the Emerson Colonial.
That will be at the Emerson Colonial Theater.
Well, you know, thank you so much for coming out
Of course.
today to tell us all about this. You're going to come back.
I will.
At a later date, and we're going to talk about the rest of the season.
Absolutely.
Which is fabulous, fantastic.
Yeah, we have many, many more shows. We have a huge season, our 18-19 season, so we have many, many more shows to go. The Illusionist just brought us up through March, so now we have April through August, believe it or not, with a number of fantastic shows.
I can't wait.
Oh, fantastic.
And I'm going to call you right away to set a date for you to come back.
All right, please do.
Thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
It's been a real pleasure. Well, that's our show for this time. You've been watching Preview, and we'll see you again on our next program. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.